All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wakakadash, double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, but basically, I have a thing. Well, it's not a thing. It's a new thing I started doing. Well, basically, and all I do, long story short, is sometimes I do a little mix and match thing with the scriptures as far as like sequence of numbers and matching, mixing and matching things like that. So what I did was on some, I'm not going to say bored, but I'm just going to say in my downtime, just on some, just to think outside the box and play around a little bit. Like it's not no breakdown or nothing. It's just actual scriptures with a certain mix and matching kind of thing. And what I did was is with the because it was interesting. Actually, the actual one another inspiration of this video is I happen to realize that being that today's date is March 2nd, 2023, which also means that what is if you write it out, it's 3223. I just thought that was funny. So what I did was, I went to the scriptures and I went to, obviously, a lot of these books don't have a lot of books don't have like 30 something chapters. So, it was a select few. I believe it was like 5 or 6. And one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, it was 6. But I'm only going to use one because one of the scriptures is not really like, don't really mix and match with the other 5. Okay. So like I said, this is all inspiration of, today's date or whatever. I just thought it was funny because it's 3223, you know what I'm saying? 3223, whatever. But without further ado, I'm gonna get a couple scriptures, and it's actually through the spirit. So, like all the books that do have the amount of scriptures to make this happen, they all, if not all, they all revolved around Israel being disobedient or judgment to a wicked place. Okay, for disobedience and abominable things, whether it be of Israel or the other nations. Okay, but it was all around of judgment, and it's all around like basically it was Israel disobedience. So, without further ado, I'm gonna start it off. Oh yeah, there was one also too in the book of Genesis, but that really wasn't. You know what I mean, that really didn't. It didn't flow with the rest as the majority. So I'm gonna go to the first book. I'm gonna go to is Exodus. We're gonna go to Exodus chapter 32, verse 23, and it reads. Oh shit! I'm about to read it one. And it says, "For they said unto me, make us gods which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become. We know not what we wot not what is become of him." So basically, this is in the time of post Egypt, after we were delivered out of Egypt, and we was in the it is in the Mount Sinai. I say Mount Sinai, and in Mount Sinai, and Moses. This is when Moses went up to sup with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He went up and he went away from Israel, and he was gone. And I think this is the time he was gone for 40 days, if I'm not mistaken. So either way, he was gone. Moses had went up. So basically around this time, I believe it's going to go into it. Yeah, is this where he made the calf? Yeah, this is where he made the, yeah, this is where he made the calf. This is where Aaron and them made the calf. Yeah, made the calf. So yeah, so this is Israel disobedience, and this is Israel. What is it? It's Israel. What breaking the first commandment? Thou shalt have no other gods before me, man. Because when Moses went, I guess on some, whatever they got, they thought, hey man, this dude is dead. Because you got to remember what Israel saw. But Israel was still. This is after that Israel made the agreement with the Lord, though. Okay, this is after Israel when said we hear what the Lord said and we will do all of the Lord said to do. This is after that. So now since Moses gone for like a little over a month, Aaron, he left Aaron and them down there in charge, and I guess it got too crazy, and Aaron ended up succumbing to Israel's crying, and it made him a calf, which is basically they did idol worship. Okay, and that's Exodus chapter 32, verse 23. Now remember, today's date is March 2nd, so when you write it out, it's 3/2/23. Okay, reading on. Next one we have is Numbers. So this is the book of Numbers, chapter 32, verse 23. Now, Lord willing to be edifying, because this is just mixing and matching. But it's just ironic that all these chapters, all these books with the amount of chapters to match this, they all kind of go into the disobedience of Israel or judgment for disobedience. You know, they kind of had like the same topic, so to speak. So this is Numbers 32 and 23. But if ye would not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Now, that's what happened in Exodus 32 and 23. When Moses came back down, he found out what Israel was doing, and he was pissed through the spirit of the Lord because he had just went down there because the Lord told him, like, look what Israel's doing while he was up there on the top of the mount. The Lord sent him back down there to jack Israel up, to chastise them, to correct them, man, because they was going off, they was bugging, they was worshiping a golden calf. And their sins found them out. And now we're in a time now, so after all of this, now we still in a time where Israel's still going off the same way. And that's why the judgment is coming the same way. So next we're gonna go. See, like I had Second Chronicles, but that really didn't fit. So now I'm going to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 32:23. And it reads, the Jeremiah 32 and 23. And they came in and possessed it, but they obeyed not thy voice, neither walked in thy law. They have done nothing of all that thou commandest them to do. Therefore thou hast caused all this evil to come upon them. Now, look at this. Jim Crow is resurrected in Mississippi. Now, if you know anything about Jim Crow in America, that was basically in the time of slavery where the Jim Crow joint came around to show the slave. It was like to show, it was basically like a blueprint to how to have your slaves and your submission at your plantation and around and to in a nutshell. And now they're basically, and, you know, there was rules and regulations that was, you know, obviously we was getting jacked up because it was to target us. But now who is it target again? See, when the Lord said that you disobeyed the Lord, when the Lord said you disobeyed him, and now his evil shall come upon you, this is what he's taught. This is what he was talking about. And we're in the place which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So now all those judgments and all those same things, those things are going to start coming back. Just like with the first time we left Egypt. What happened before the Lord destroyed the Egyptians? He destroyed Egypt as an empire, as a kingdom. Okay? So he called it evil to come upon him. And Jim Crow laws is definitely evil upon Jake, man. And they said that Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken, they said Mississippi is like 83, there's like an 83% so-called black population. But all the people in course of all these laws is all Edomites. So you do the math on what's going on and what's about to happen in this country. You niggas forget that we was oppressed on this same land. We served the slavery that is supposed to be in the history books on this very same soil. Okay? So, which one we got next? What we got next? We got two more. So we're going to go now to the book of Ezekiel. We're going to go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 32, verse 23. Now, you go into the book of Ezekiel 32, 23. This was in the time of Egypt and its Egypt land. And when the Lord was jacking people up. But where's... Actually, if you want to be technical, this is like I said, well, like the scripture said, this place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Now, of course, you had the Egypt back then, but now you have another Egypt, which is America, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And now this place is about to be judged. And now all the things that came to Egypt back then is going to come to America, but on a way worse fashion, man. Way harsher, way more cruel, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord back then, he only jacked up the Egyptians. Here, this is about to be, this is what he said, he's going to judge all the heathen roundabout. Pertaining to Joel, the book of Joel, third chapter, I believe, it talks about the war. And he said he's going to judge the heathen roundabout in that great war, which is coming up. Who do you think all this Putin, all this war, missile talk, all this, what do you think this is all leading to, man? This is leading to the great show. This is leading to Yahweh Shah's return. Wars, rumors of wars. This is all part of biblical prophecies, man. What other religions is speaking prophecy? What other religions is telling you what you need to do to survive all through your life? And we got the last one, which is going to be in the Apocrypha. And it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 32, verse 23. And you can't get, and look how we cap it off. Look how you cap it off. Ecclesiastes 32 and 23. In every good work, trust thy own soul, for this is the keeping of the commandments. That's what keeping your soul is, keeping the commandments. So why is Israel, why is Jacob going through what they're going through right now? Because of what? Their disobedience. Like the Lord said in the book of Jeremiah, he caused all the evil to come upon them for their disobedience because they turned away from his commandments. That's why we're going through what we're going through right now. That's why the lynchings was happening. That's why the whippings, the slave ships, the oppression, the vexation, the stress, the depression, the not enjoying your wife, not enjoying your children. That's where all these curses came from, man. Okay? And now we coming to this devil's last hurrah. So when now he's about to get judged. So now he's about to try to come, he's going to come harder at us than the nation of Israel. Okay? Especially the prophets, man. But you know what? You devils, you devils, man. You want to lay hands on the prophets and the nation of Israel so bad. But believe you me, in the names that dreadful to y'all of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to judge you double, man. Starting with you elites. And you other nations, you're going to be right under the slave, right under Jacob's rule too, man. But you devils, the ones that's in control of what's going on right now, you got a special judgment coming for you, man. And just like the Lord said, what he did to Egypt in the book of Ezekiel, if you read the other verses in the book of Ezekiel, the 32nd chapter, oh man, you in for something, bro. Because the Lord said the iniquity of our I don't want to butcher our iniquity is accomplished. Okay, our chastity, our punishment, our captivities, we about to be in the clear, man. The whole nation, starting with the elect of Israel, man. In the name and the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that's fucking this place up, man. Ain't no other gods. You ain't impressing nobody else's gods. When you go to these other countries, man, it's not like you worried about the religions they practicing. But when you hear the name Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that pierces your soul, man, and not in the, and it's never good. So that's why that's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai got his prophets going on overdrive on you devils, man. So when you every time you hear call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that's another jab to your existence, man. That's another bane into your existence. That's another shot to your rulership, man. Because you're losing your rulership and you know it, man. Yahweh Shai is telling you. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai told you through his prophets. And he probably fucking probably six demons and angels on your asses too when you sleeping. And then wake you right up with some pride and have you thinking you're not going to go down and it was just a dream, man. But it's over for y'all, man. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So, with that, hopefully this is edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to the Paz of Israel, a.k.a. the Paz of Great Millstone. Shalom.